Hello there, it's Eric, or you can call me Mr. Big Gaming Media, and I was thinking I'm gonna put me up a video on YouTube about Call of Duty. Playing Call of Duty, that is. And I was playing all day, playing Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War, and Call of Duty Black Ops. All of those games are they all require a bit of skill to get a kill streak, so, though I threw those out the window, I have no skill, I can't get kill streaks. So now I was about to turn off my Xbox and go to my mom and cry because I'm not good at Call of Duty. When all of a sudden I remembered I have Modern Warfare 2, the least balanced, most overpowered game in the history of Call of Duty. A game where no one, a noob like me, can get some kills and get a kill streak. So I popped it in, played a couple games. Just before I quit, just before I was about to quit because I realized other people think like I do, that they use Noob Cube and Commando Pro. I was about to quit and go play Battlefield, and then I got this game. And I enjoyed this game, even though it was very frustrating. There's some parts where I was screaming at the top of my lungs, just yelling. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using the Scar H silenced with Red Tiger, and on my secondary I have the replicas, I think that's how you call them, replicas with silencer. So, I'm here to talk to you about an old TV show, a great old TV show. A show called The Twilight Zone. Now, for those of you who aren't acquainted with The Twilight Zone is about pretty much anything your imagination can come up with. Like, the other day I was watching one, it was called The Walking Distance. So Walking Distance is basically about this man who lives in New York City, and he is busy and noisy there and stuff like that, so he decides he's going to go for a Sunday drive, get away from it all. And his car breaks down. Right outside this gas shop. So as the guy's telling him it's gonna be an hour and a half for him to fix the car, he goes on a little walk because his old hometown is a mile and a half away from him. So he goes on to that walking distance. He goes there and then he finds out he sees all these things that he remembers from a kid and nothing has changed. People who are dead are now alive. So he thinks something up. Then he sees himself carving word into a stone, or carving word into wood, like he did one summer. Then it dawns on him that he has traveled backwards in time just by walking. The writing of the show was probably the most creative writing I have ever seen. Absolutely love The Twilight Zone. It can go from things like that to things that just make you think. Like I can't remember what. Oh yes, It's a Wonderful Life. This one is about a little boy that has psychic powers that control everything. He can read, and I know you guys thinking Stephen King must have written this. A little boy with psychic powers. Yeah. But this little boy has psychic powers, and he can read minds, and he can make things disappear. So he's cut electricity, automobiles, like he's pretty much made this whole world disappear from outside this town, just so he can have everything the way he wants. And he can wish you into a cornfield, or he can wish you into a jack-in-a-box like he does to my man. So everyone has to think happy thoughts, or else they get wished away. And at the end, one person is drunk, and he's almost drunk. He's kind of tipsy, and they're all talking about. He's like, hey, someone sneak up behind him because he's concentrating on me, and no one's willing to do it because he knows he can read minds. And it's one of those episodes that make you think, like, what would you do in that kind of case? This whole town is forced to be happy just because it's one little boy.
We've lost the lead.
It's one of those surreal things that you never really take time to think about, but when you see a TV show about it, you really start to think, what would happen? What would I do? And another one I was watching is The Mask. This one was probably one of the most brutally honest ones ever. So it's so brutal because this man is extremely rich and he's dying, and he has the worst daughter ever, and I guess son-in-law. So what happens is he's dying. He's told he probably only has about till midnight. And he invites all of his, well, no, he doesn't invite all of his family, his daughter and her husband and all the kids, the 2 kids, show up, and the night Mardi Gras. So he's made these masks, right? Now these people are beautiful on the outside, but disgustingly ugly and evil on the inside. He tells them that these masks reflect the exact opposite of what they are on the outside. So, like, the fat, oh no, I guess not the fat one, the old man puts on his mask, and is, greedy, the face is a greedy, power-hungry mask, and that's pretty much what the man is, except, he tells him that that's not what he is, and the one girl is just, like a whore. I mean, like, all she does is like, it's Mardi Gras, you don't have a nice man for me. But anyways, he puts on these masks and tells them that they have to wait there till midnight and wait until he dies and just sit there and look at each other with these masks on. Wait, watch it. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is so awesome. Anyways, so he tells them they have to wear these masks until midnight. And just before midnight, they all want to take it off, and he explains to them if they take off the masks, they'll get nothing in his will. His will is written so that they have to keep these masks on until he dies, or I guess midnight, and then they'll get all for the state. When he eventually, in the mask he's wearing is the mask of death, because he's still alive. But, what really shocked me about this is just how horribly cruel this man who's dying is. Not to say that the family isn't cruel either, but like the things that the man makes him. This is things he say like at one point before he's about to die, he sounds really weak, and his daughter comes up and says, "Are you feeling weaker, father?" And he says, "Finally, a glimmer of hope in your voice." And I can only imagine if that's like one of the last things that was said to me by my father on his deathbed. But they all have to wear these masks, and by the time they actually take off the masks, they all look in the mirror, and the prints of the masks are like shaped the mold of their face. And it's really one of those episodes that make you appreciate the beauty on the inside and outside of people, and it's just so well written too. I mean, like, I'd love to be that well of a writer. But looks like this is all the time we have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, favorite, and subscribe. Thanks.